Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to. I don't really know what to call this. I guess a general FAQ, maybe. Uh, Basically, I've been up all night doing something for real life, something I don't want to be doing, and I'm so tired. I've got like I've looped back around to having like being awake with nervous energy. So I figured, let's put some of this energy to a good use. So I figured, hey, let's do something for YouTube. Yeah. So excuse me if I'm a little loopy and I ramble more than I usually ramble, because I know I ramble a lot. So anyway, frequently asked questions, and I use the term frequently loosely because I won't get more than maybe in a month. I won't get more than 30, like if I'm lucky. I'd say 25, 30 questions, and that's spread out between private messages and comments. And honestly, most of the time, people will send me stuff directly through private messages, which I guess I come off as incredibly approachable. I don't know. Uh, I've been told that I sound incredibly easygoing, and I guess I am. I mean, why let stuff in life bother you? So anyway, probably the number one question I get asked is, of course, what do you use to record? Uh, which is Fraps for full screen. Anything window, I use Hypercam. And what do I use to make the videos to actually shrink it down to size? I use Windows Movie Maker because it's free. It's fairly powerful for its price tag of free, which is a big thing, it being free. Uh, I would love something a little more expensive, but movie editing software is obscenely expensive. I think somebody told me that Sony Vegas costs what, $700? I could be wrong. Uh, I have never looked. I just know it's expensive, and it is expensive. So that's pretty much what I do. Uh, I get been asked a couple times if I record ahead of time. Yes, most of the time I'll record ahead of time because the way my schedule is I'll work 5 days a week and then get 2 days off. Not necessarily at the same time, and it's quite honestly never at the same time. But I do always get 2 days off a week. So, I'll have like one day to myself, and I'll sit here and go, okay, I feel like playing a video game, so I'll play for 4 hours. So I end up with this buffer of stuff, and like honestly, right now I'm done with Breath of Fire 3 and Parasite Eve 2, but I'm not gonna post them because like all the videos because one, that would just be overload on not only my internet connection, it would probably overload my roommate's patience with the internet connection. It would, overload, your inboxes, of course. But I actually thought about going back to posting like 2 or 3 videos a day, but my roommate asked me not to. Uh, it used to be when the video limit was 10 minutes, it would take 15 minutes to upload. Now, even though I try to stay around the 15-minute mark, it can take up to an hour to upload a video. And incidentally, my internet is supposed to be quote unquote faster now because we bumped up a package because I was posting to YouTube. Although now it actually seems to be slower, which is kind of funny. Uh, but yeah, I do record. I like to have a buffer, and I ended up actually finishing. Normally, I don't finish the game so quickly, but in Parasite Eve 2's case, it's a very short game. In Breath of Fire 3's case, I love that game. So I sat down. Although I probably shouldn't have recorded. Well, I'll let you hear. When I get to the end, when you get to the end of Breath of Fire 3, I'm sick when I record the end of Breath of Fire 3, and I didn't realize I sounded so terrible until quite literally I had gotten to the final boss, and I went back and you'll know what I'm talking about when you get there. I sound terrible. Uh, I think that's probably the most unenthusiastic I ever sound. But I actually am really excited that I'm playing the game, and I just sound incredibly unenthusiastic. I'm just sick during that, so if you wonder, I'm sick. Uh, I get asked, what am I going to do next? Do I have an idea? Usually, that's a pretext to give me a suggestion. But yeah, I do have general. I don't have like a far off idea, and I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, I recently got a. There's a lot of games I haven't heard of. One guy recently said, "Hey, I'm playing Shadowrun. Maybe you should go check that out." And I looked up Shadowrun. It looks fun. I may actually play that, not to LP, but just to play. Excuse me, because I've never played it before. I like to have some general idea of what I'm doing in a game when I LP it, even if I've not played it recently. Like I did with Dino Crisis. Like I didn't play the game recently, but I had played it and beaten it several times before, so I had a general idea of what was to come. Like if I were to do something like Shadowrun I've never played before, I don't know the controls, I don't know where anything is in the game. So I don't typically do that. I said typically, I've done it before. I do have an idea of what I'm going to do next immediately after both Parasite Eve 2 and Breath of Fire 3. I'm going to say this right now. It's subject to change, but I'm probably going to do Saga Frontier 2 after Breath of Fire 3. Probably. Still kind of toying with the way I'm going to film it. I'm thinking about, instead of like filming it like scenario versus scenario versus scenario, like the game is spread up into a timeline. I've decided I'm gonna do the game chronologically. There's a certain way you can play the game chronologically, and you'll never miss an event. I'm gonna do it chronologically, but I'm probably only gonna do, like, if it's one of the shorter videos, I'm probably gonna upload an entire segment of the game one at a time. Like, okay, let's say this game, this part of this little section of the game is 2 or 3 seconds, it's 2 or 3 minutes long, and it's all talking. I'll probably not speak during those, and just record them, load that up as its own episode, and then go on and for the action parts of the game where you actually control your party members and do things, I'll actually commentate like I normally do on that and play the game. And like, say if it takes me 45 minutes to do it and I split that up into 3 videos, I'll upload all 3 videos at once. But that would mean that some days you would get a short 3-minute video and that's all you'd get, but I figured that would balance it out in the end. And the other one, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking about doing just yet because I'm not 100%. I'm like 75% sure I'm going to do it, mainly because it's not wanting to. First, I'll load up. I've done some test records. Once I reach a certain time limit in the video recording, it doesn't want to actually turn into a video. When Windows Movie Maker will freeze. Anyway, that's the second. Anyway, the next question I get usually, I've had I'd say about 15 to 20 people ask me this. Where did my name come from? Why Treble? Well, I've probably mentioned this before. The name Treble came from MMOs. I've had characters named Treble during several MMOs. Uh, Long story short, base was taken. I thought, well, shit, what's the opposite of base? I'll do that. And it's Treble. That's where that came from. The 0096 came from. It's a reference to a friend of mine who's no longer here, and when we were kids, he had this jersey that I have no clue where he got it from. When we were little kids, it was like 10 sizes too big for him. And on the front, it had 00, and on the back, it had 96. And it had, didn't have a name on it, and it had just a red, like, it wasn't a jersey material. It was one of those old-timey, like the ones made of, like, cotton. I don't remember exactly what it was made of. It's been so many years. But I remember clearly it was big and red, and it had 00 on the front and 96 on the back. And so that's kind of in homage to him. And he wore it all the time. And eventually it actually, like I said, it went from being 10 sizes too big to fitting him perfectly. Sorry, memories. Anyway, so that's the story behind that. So the random numbers on the end of my name are not random. They have a meaning, and that's what that is. And probably another thing I get asked a lot is probably, what are my favorite LPers? Now, if you look down in my subscription box, just go ahead, look down, or go to my channel and look down. Those are the 5. I'm subscribed to 6 people. I could be subscribed to more, but I usually just, I don't bother normally, I guess. For several reasons. One, I'll only check a person's channel. Like, I used to be subscribed to Necroscope, and then he deleted his channel, and I haven't resubscribed to him because he likes to upload massive amounts of videos at once. And I was subscribed for a little bit. To when he came back, but it would drown out everyone else's stuff. Although I don't suppose it would do that now. But I may go and resubscribe. Anyway, Necroscope's pretty good. He's very British. But the 5 ones I'm subscribed to right now are Halloween, who's also British, Kakoskia, who's also British, Nintendo Capri Sun, HC Bailey, and Brick Road, or just Brick Road for short. Now, I'm subscribed to Halloween. Halloween plays nothing but horror games, but he is hilarious. Nobody in any LP I've ever seen can make me laugh as hard as Halloween. Notable games he's played: Dead Space, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. He's doing Dead Space 2 now. And fun fact about him, you can tell how much a game is scaring him by the number of Metal Gear okays he does. We'll skip Brick Road for a second. I'll do him last. Kakoskia, number one reason I like him is he is actually a fair. I think he could be an incredibly well-paid voice actor. He is very good at doing voices. He's also very amusing, although he seems to have a perpetual sniffle. Anyway, Nintendo Capri Sun. I like Nintendo Capri Sun mainly because he reminds me of that friend I was talking about with the jersey. A lot of the games Nintendo Capri Sun plays are games I played with him growing up. The Mega Mans, Super Mario, Punch Out. Oh my god. Legend of Zelda. You guys just have no idea. We sat down and we tried to beat the Legend of Zelda for probably our entire childhood, for years. And, you know, 8C Bailey. 8C Bailey is great because nobody, probably on the entirety of, not even YouTube, the internet, puts the amount of effort and time and care into doing videos that 8C Bailey does. Nobody, I hands down will say this now, nobody puts the effort in that 8C Bailey does. Nobody. I mean, the man plays each game 3 times before he does it, and then he writes his own FAQs. So, I mean, go jump back over to Brick Road. Brick Road, or Brick Road for short. His channel name is Brick Road. I have fallen into lust with this man's gaming skills. He beat Chippendale's Rescue Rangers at 150% speed in like 10 minutes. It's a really funny video. His big shtick is he plays games at super speed. And he played a Mario game called Super RMM Brothers, and he just gets pissed off at that game. And it was admittedly a bad game, which I guess, yeah, it was a pretty bad game. Too many people trying to do. The game was too busy, I think. If they had kept it a little simpler, it would have been so bad. But he's really funny. Brick Road. You should go look at his channel. I'm pretty sure you'll find something you'll like. Go watch him play P Green Mega Man, or his super speed run through of Castlevania 4, or his super speed run through of Bionic Commando, or his regular speed run through of Mega Man X4 with Zero. He's really good at video games, and he's very amusing to listen to. So anyway, that's pretty much all. I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit this and post it before I change my mind, because I'm like, oh no, that's terrible. I could do better. So I'll see you guys next time on probably an LP video of some kind. You know, if you ever have any questions, just drop me a line. I'll answer you. Ain't no big deal. It only takes a couple minutes out of my day. So I'll see you later.